The New California Republic is by far the biggest faction in the Fallout universe, with city spanning societies full of people with schools, government, legislation, politics, everything that you can think of from our common day society now. But with those common day realities that we have now, all of the good has to come with all of the bad. Corruption, crime, politicians fighting for themselves, unnecessary wars, and everything in between. In this video, we're taking a look at how the New California Republic may be the biggest and most powerful faction, but that they are also the most corrupt and most able to fail in Fallout. The main game in the Fallout universe where we see the most up-to-date NCR is Fallout New Vegas, as they are preparing to defend the Hoover Dam and the Mojave Wasteland for the second time from the Legion. And that gets me to the first point of why the NCR is realistically doomed to fail. Their overexpansion. They spread themselves too thin. We see that with so many towns and settlements in Fallout New Vegas, one notably Primm, where they're desperately looking for protection against just random gang members. Like, they're not even organized. The town's just being overrun. And if we do decide to help out the NCR, we can even make a decision to put the NCR back in place at Primm, or put a third-party sheriff in town who will get things done quicker, but also be at the mercy of any sort of gangsters and not under the protection of the NCR, which also grants them, if Primm does become under the protection of the NCR, they now have to follow the government laws, paying taxes, obeying, whatever laws that the NCR implement on them, and who knows, maybe those people in the town could be drafted into wars. We don't know. Not to mention as well, if you do side with the NCR in any way, you are automatically listed an enemy of the Legion. So any town that decides to wave the flag of the NCR is a target for the Legion's legionaries. Let's be honest here, every single government in sci-fi, in literally anything, and in our current day real life society is always rife with corruption, and the NCR is no different, being blocked by the red tape of bureaucracy and obviously politicians fighting for their own good, fighting for their own wealth. It's exactly what's going on with the NCR in Fallout as well, and it's the one thing that I love talking about when it comes to the NCR, because yes, they are trying to restore the old world the best way possible, but they also bring apart the worst parts about the old world, which is the politicians, which is that bureaucracy people have to follow, right? You lose your freedoms in order of safety, and that is a real discussion that people discuss about. And to get into some real world discussions here, the NCR's economics and their just in general, actual currency that they run, because now, Fallout New Vegas has 3 different currencies, of course. We have caps, which everybody uses, right? That's just the base standard of what the Fallout Wasteland uses, right? Bottle caps. The NCR has their own dollar, which was one time backed by gold reserves that unfortunately enough, the Brotherhood of Steel, destroyed. So now the NCR dollar was backed by nothing. Now, if you are a history person, you would know, at least to my understanding, of course, that Canadian and United States dollars were backed by gold at one point, or at least Canadian dollars were. I definitely know that was a thing. They're backed by the bill. So you could technically go into a bank and be like, I want to give you this bill for it's worth in gold, and they could do that. But of course now, our real world money is not backed by anything, just like how, the NCR dollar is not backed by anything. And that even goes as far as the Legion currency. It is coins, to my understanding, from when you can look at. So there is real value to that. It is not just paper. And because of all of the corruption and bureaucracy, you are also going to have the internal conflicts between generals, between soldiers even. You're going to have people who don't want to be there, who are being drafted into these wars with the Legion for what? For a dam that you don't need yet because you're overextending yourself anyway, and there's that military overreach as well. You are spreading yourself too thin. And if the NCR could really take a step back and look at what they're doing, I guarantee they could really be coming back strong if they went back and resupplied and then took the dam from the Legion. I guarantee they could do it, but unfortunately, they did it now. They don't want the Legion having it at all. And resource depletion as well. As the NCR tries to expand into new settlements, creating new treaties with people, creating new treaties with towns, with other traders. They are overextending themselves too far with their soldiers, of course, because now they have to guard new towns, they have to guard new roads, they have to do all of that. And then, of course, you have the Legion coming in, where they're just killing all the NCR soldiers because they're being overextended too thin. So you may have 6 NCR soldiers who are being, shoved into the town of Novac, for example, but then you have one sneaky night where a legionary sneaks in, kills all of them, sneaks out, and boom, now your town is undefended unless you have someone like Boone who's standing on the dinosaur with his fucking sniper rifle ready to just start picking off legionaries. Not even to mention the external threat that come from the Legion, of course, which is their main competitor for the Hoover Dam and for the Mojave Wasteland. But then you also have to worry about Mr. House, who, yes, may be harboring you inside of the New Vegas Strip, but he's also, using your soldiers' money, right? Your soldiers get drunk, they go on, relief, and they start spending caps, they start getting in fights, they start getting drunk, and then, of course, if they get in fights and cause issues, now the NCR owes House something, owes the casino something. That leads them into even more situations. But if that doesn't happen, the NCR is spending caps at those casinos. The casinos are making money, House is making a cut, and everything is going well. So no matter what, even if you do have an actual diplomacy and you actually have a whole system on the New Vegas Strip, you're still being controlled by House because he has you in the palm of his hand. And not even to handle Mr. House and the whole Strip situation, you also have to deal with the powder gangers, you have to deal with fiends, you have to deal with just normal assholes who are out there raiding supply lines for the NCR. You have to deal with so many situations, and it's not just the Legion. So yes, while the NCR may represent the old world in some way, pre-war, everyone has freedom, everyone has their rights, politicians are doing their thing, there's democracy, there's government, everything comes with a negative as well, obviously. Corruption, unnecessary wars, throwing young men and women to their death, so many different situations, and not even to handle all of the variables as well. Even the NCR has to help people and deal with more factions like the Great Khans, and let's not even get started as if you go as far as to the Fallout TV show, where the NCR not only has to go up against the Brotherhood of Steel because they decide to start just dicking with people. We remember the last scene of the Fallout TV show, the last bit scenes where the Brotherhood with the Prydwen, and yes, that was the Prydwen because it fucking said Prydwen on it, actually assaulted an NCR, observatory and just ripped them apart. We see it in those scenes. Power Armor, they ripped the NCR apart. It is showing that they do not just have issues internally. They are unnecessarily getting assaulted on at every single conceivable moment. And when you have a faction the size of the Brotherhood of Steel, that yes, is also some sort of government official facility, military, right? They are a strong military force, but they are under a council. They are under one leader. And that is the thing that I really feel like NCR and just a lot of post-apocalyptic, sci-fi games and shows really need to handle when they're talking about these things. Of course, you're going to have someone who's sort of like a dictator, but they call themselves a president, a governor, doesn't really matter. But then you have situations like the Brotherhood of Steel, where yes, they are a big military force with issues, but they're run by a council who can vote. They have certain heads of certain houses. It doesn't matter in that sort of sense. There is rare corruption in a situation where you have more than one person that can vote on a particular topic, and it all isn't down to one person. If you choose to kill President Kimball in Fallout New Vegas for the Legion, for House, just to fucking do it, why not? I mean, that causes issues for the NCR. Of course, their leadership is gone, morale is down, every single known situation. The NCR would quite literally be morale fucked there. Why would we want to defend the dam, especially after our president just got shot by a legionary or this jackass with a fucking sniper rifle called the Courier because, you know what, fuck it, right? He just wanted to kill someone. How does that look for the NCR's security? How does that look for its military? And how does that look for the people back west? Imagine your president goes to Hoover Dam to give your soldiers a morale boost to defend that dam because it's your new expansion to rebuilding America, and he just gets fucking shot by some jackass courier or executed by a legionary. How easy that would be. The Brotherhood of Steel and Fallout 4 are run by Elder Maxson, one leader, but if you do blow up the Prydwen and take out that Brotherhood of Steel in the eastern coast of Boston, it doesn't matter. You still have the rest of the Brotherhood of Steel back west. There are still so many other parts of the faction and other leaders that can handle the Brotherhood of Steel. You kill President Kimball? Where the fuck is our next president? We have to have whole elections now. There's whole issues we have to go through. We have to go through debates. We have to go through complete, whole actual democratic processes in order to form a new leader, while we're getting skull fucked in the Mojave by the Legion and by anyone else, while we have to sit back and let this bureaucratic red tape bullshit go by while we're losing soldiers in the Mojave. It is so stupid that this is exactly what happens in Fallout New Vegas, and it mimics the real world, and I really feel like Obsidian did a bang up fucking job with it. Bethesda, Obsidian, they killed at like the backstory of the NCR, and I will say Bethesda because they did do some NCR stuff with Fallout 4, and of course they were heavy workers with the Fallout show, so I'll give them that. Especially Obsidian though, 100% praise here, they did a fantastic job. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Let me know down in the comments if you agree, if you enjoy. Do you think, yes, of course, the NCR, yes, is the biggest faction in Fallout. They are obviously the most powerful if you look at it from a sizable standpoint of an army. And even though the Brotherhood is still maybe more powerful in terms of actual technology, the NCR is bigger and more powerful. But they are corrupt, they have internal issues, they have clear issues from external forces and from their own internal politics. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you so choose to, as well as becoming a member down in the link below. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.